In a world that often feels divided between good and evil, an unseen battle rages on. A conflict beyond what we can perceive with our eyes. It's not fought with swords or weapons of human design, but within the spiritual realm. As described in Ephesians 6:12, our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. This spiritual war is real, and it continues even now, affecting the lives of every believer. Standing at the heart of this cosmic conflict is Michael the Archangel. He is tasked with defending the faithful and upholding God's will in the face of overwhelming darkness. Michael's role is that of a guardian and warrior, acting under God's authority to protect and guide those who belong to the Lord. Imagine the magnitude of such a responsibility, to lead an army of angels in a battle against the forces of evil, not for personal glory, but out of obedience to the Creator. Michael's story is one of courage, loyalty, and unwavering commitment to God's purpose. A reminder that we are not alone in the spiritual battles that surround us. Throughout the Bible, Michael is portrayed as a defender of God's people, stepping in at pivotal moments to ensure their safety and protection. One of the earliest mentions of Michael appears in the book of Daniel. In Daniel 10:13, we learn of a spiritual struggle where Michael comes to the aid of another angel, ensuring that God's message reaches Daniel. Here, Michael is described as a chief prince, emphasizing his role in leading the heavenly host against opposing forces. His protection over God's people is seen even more clearly in Daniel 12 verse 1, where Michael stands as the great protector of Israel. It is written, "At that time, Michael, the great prince who protects your people, will arise. There will be a time of distress, such as has not happened from the beginning of nations until then. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, will be delivered." This powerful passage reveals Michael's critical role in not only defending Israel, but in overseeing God's plans during moments of great trial and tribulation. A pivotal moment in the narrative of Michael's role comes to light in the book of Revelation, specifically in Revelation 12, verse 7-9. Here, we witness an epic confrontation in the heavenly realms. The verse describes a fierce battle, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. This passage encapsulates the monumental struggle between good and evil. The dragon represents Satan, the embodiment of opposition to God's plans. In this celestial battle, Michael emerges as a key figure, fighting valiantly alongside the angels under his command. He is not acting on his own authority, but is empowered by God to cast out Satan and his followers from heaven. This act of defiance against the forces of darkness reinforces Michael's steadfast commitment to fulfilling God's will. What's striking about this confrontation is not just the outcome, but the profound message it conveys. It illustrates the ongoing struggle between divine light and the shadows of evil. Michael's victory signifies that, though the battle is fierce, the forces of God ultimately prevail. The passage serves as an encouragement for us, a reminder that in our own struggles, we are not alone. Just as Michael stands for God's people in heaven, so too can we find strength and support in our spiritual lives. The strength of Michael as God's instrument in spiritual warfare cannot be overstated. He embodies the commitment to carry out God's will, showcasing what it means to be a faithful servant. Michael is not merely a warrior, he is a conduit of divine power. His authority to combat evil stems directly from his unwavering obedience to God. As he leads the celestial armies, Michael exemplifies how God's might is channeled through those who are devoted to him. In spiritual warfare, Michael represents the victory that comes from reliance on God. He does not fight with his own strength. Instead, he acts as an agent of God's power, wielding it against the forces of darkness. This illustrates a profound truth. When we face our own battles, be they internal struggles, external challenges, or spiritual attacks, we are called to do so with the same faith that Michael demonstrates. We are not expected to rely solely on our abilities, but to trust in the strength provided by God. Moreover, Michael's leadership is marked by unity and purpose. He commands a legion of angels, emphasizing that spiritual warfare is not fought in isolation. Just as Michael leads his army, we too are part of a greater community, supported by the heavenly hosts and fellow believers. The battles we face are collective, and we are encouraged to stand firm together, seeking God's guidance and support in every situation. In considering the role of angels like Michael in our lives, it becomes essential to reflect on how God employs these celestial beings for our protection and guidance. Throughout Scripture, we see clear indications that God sends angels to care for those who trust in Him. One of the most comforting passages regarding this divine protection is found in Psalm 91:11, which states, "For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." This verse beautifully encapsulates the essence of God's care. It reminds us that we are not left to navigate life's challenges alone. Instead, we have divine assistance at our side. Michael, as a chief angelic protector, symbolizes this promise of guidance and safeguarding. He does not merely exist in the heavenly realm. His presence signifies that God's protection is both personal and active in our lives. As we ponder the significance of Michael's role, we are invited to engage with the notion of spiritual protection more deeply. It's essential to recognize that this divine oversight goes beyond mere safety. It encompasses the assurance that God's purpose is at work, even amidst trials. Our understanding of God's angels should inspire a sense of peace, encouraging us to trust that God is aware of our struggles and has equipped us with heavenly allies to help us through. The story of the Archangel Michael resonates deeply, offering insights into the nature of spiritual protection and the unwavering commitment of God to His people. Michael stands not only as a fierce warrior, but also as a devoted servant of the Almighty, leading the angelic host in their mission to defend and guide humanity. His character embodies courage and loyalty, qualities that inspire us to embody similar traits in our own lives. Throughout the Scriptures, Michael's presence serves as a beacon of hope and assurance. In moments of doubt or fear, we can draw strength from his example, recognizing that he fights not for personal glory, but for the fulfillment of God's purpose. When we reflect on Michael's battles, such as the monumental confrontation with Satan, we are reminded that the struggle between good and evil is an ongoing reality. Yet, Michael's victories offer us assurance that righteousness prevails. His role transcends mere conflict. He is a guardian who stands ready to protect those who seek refuge in God's promises. Michael's steadfast presence reassures us that we are never abandoned. We have powerful allies in the spiritual realm, ready to support us as we navigate life's uncertainties. In every trial we face, let us hold on to the strength that comes from knowing that Michael and his fellow angels are engaged in the ongoing battle against darkness, reminding us that with faith, we too can stand firm and courageous in our own lives. God's unwavering presence in our lives is a source of immense comfort and strength. He orchestrates a divine plan that transcends our understanding, using figures like the Archangel Michael to protect and guide us along our journey. This relationship with God is not just about divine intervention. It's about cultivating a connection where we can lean on Him during our trials and uncertainties. Just as Michael leads the heavenly army, God is our ultimate guide, walking alongside us every step of the way, reminding us that we are cherished and never alone. As we reflect on these powerful truths, we invite you to deepen your relationship with God. Take a moment to consider how you can be more aware of His presence in your life and how you can trust Him with your challenges. If this exploration of Michael and God's protective love has touched your heart, we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know how God has been a guiding light in your life. Your story may inspire others who are on their own journeys of faith and understanding.